Hey guys, welcome to TCR. Sid here. Thanks for clicking on the video. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Today I want to talk to you guys about why it's so important to stay healthy around the farm. If you guys have been watching the channel for any length of time, you know that I am really into health and fitness. And beyond just the regular, like, it's important to stay healthy and fit stuff that goes along with, you know, being human, there's more to it, especially if you're a homesteader or a farmer, and I'm gonna break it down for you right now. There's a lot of things that we do on the farm, from building and construction to carrying large animals that don't want to be carried, or wrestling large animals that don't really want to be wrestled for the purposes of addressing a health issue to them, or shearing a sheep, or running around trying to catch poultry or fowl that's escaped. All of these things are things that you have to do almost on a daily basis to some extent or another, not to mention moving bales of hay, feed bags, all of that stuff. You want to make sure that you're not going to hurt yourself and that you have the energy to be able to do all of those things. It's very easy when you're doing some back-breaking work around the farm or homestead to easily tweak your back, injure yourself, or to just, kind of run out of steam. An important way to make sure that you don't run out of steam, first off, would be, of course, making sure that you're eating healthily, eating things that you are growing and raising, making sure that you have a good supply of nutritious food for you and your family, and that you're making health conscious decisions when it comes to what you're actually putting into your body. Food is medicine, so you got to think of it in terms of, when you're putting something in your body, is it helping you or is it hurting you, or is it just something that you think is going to taste good momentarily? Now, that's not to say that not everybody enjoys a treat now and then. However, it is important to keep the mindset of wanting to eat as healthy as you can, as often as you can, so that you're fueling your body with good stuff, with fresh fruits and vegetables and grains and homemade breads and things, versus a store-bought bread that might have a lot of extra junk in it that you don't really want to feed to your family. And then, of course, you're providing them with the most nutritious and delicious meat and eggs that far surpass anything that you could ever find in the store. Those things are all very, very important, and they set you up for success, for having a better energy base, so that you have all of the energy that you need to be able to go from sun up to sundown, running around the farm, doing all of the things that you need to do on your homestead, and be able to keep up with the demands of having this property that you have. I think it's one of the number one mistakes that people that want to farm or homestead make, is they forget that there's a lot of physical demands that go with this kind of lifestyle. There's a lot of mental demands too, and sometimes spiritual demands as well, that it kind of can be a little taxing or draining sometimes. And one of the ways to combat that is to make sure that at least you're giving yourself good fuel and good rest, so that when you are faced with things that are challenging or energy draining, that you are able to look at it and attack it with everything you've got. Keeping up with the demands of everything that having a farm or homestead means, it's a lot. It can be overwhelming, and you want to make sure that physically you're capable of doing it, because you don't want to bite off more than you can chew, and you do want to make sure that you have the patience, the time, and the energy to be able to succeed and do everything that you want to accomplish with this. So make sure that you're eating the stuff out of your garden, that you're eating the stuff that you're harvesting and processing yourself, that you've raised, and that is going to help ensure that you've got good energy, good gut health. Ferment some of your foods. That is a huge thing. Making sure that you've got some good probiotics in your system. We've done videos on that before. It's super important to make sure that you're hitting all those check marks, and that you're getting a good night's rest, because resting is really important. People forget, walking around like a zombie, not getting enough sleep, eating too much sugar in your diet, or things that are unhealthy can be very draining and cause you to sometimes not be able to rest very well. So getting that full night's sleep, getting a good restful sleep, and having a healthful diet and a good schedule, that's a big part of it. Once you've fueled your body well, you want to make sure that you exercise it, so you can lift up those feed bags when you have to, so you can move those bales of hay, and it won't hurt you when you do. Remembering to keep your core strong. A strong core means you're going to have a strong back. So make sure that you aren't skipping those crunches and core exercises so that you can make sure that when you are doing all of those physically demanding tasks on the farm, that you aren't going to hurt yourself, that you're capable of doing it. When you make sure that you have a strong body around a farm, that's important. Taking that little bit of extra time every day to ensure you're working on your core, you're working on your legs, you're working on your arms, you're strengthening your back, you're doing all of those things so that all of the tasks, all the building, all the lifting, all the hauling, all the wrangling isn't going to put you on your back for 7 days because you pulled something or tweaked something or hurt yourself. You're less likely to injure yourself if you're strong enough, if you've been doing some strength training and have been making sure that you keep yourself strong. The number one thing I hear from people that are trying to become more sustainable and try to be more prepared and homestead more is they didn't realize how physically taxing it was going to be. And, you know, these are not people that, you know, went into it weighing 700 pounds that, you know, couldn't walk on their own. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about people that just maybe didn't incorporate daily exercise into their life, and maybe they weren't eating as well as they could have been, fueling their body in ways that was going to make them stronger and healthier. It's important to do those things in this kind of lifestyle. I think more than any other thing when you're starting out. The reason being, there is so many things that come up that you physically have to just jump in and take care of. And if you're physically not strong enough to do it, you are more likely to injure yourself. You're more likely to give up earlier in your homesteading journey and say, oh my God, this is too hard, I can't do it, because you physically feel weak. And it can be exhausting, and it makes you want to throw in the towel because you already feel so defeated. If you feel strong and you take care of your physical health, that's going to give you a huge leg up as far as confidence goes and help you really attack the problems that you run into on a farm or homestead. No one is ever prepared for everything that can go wrong or everything that can come up when you're homesteading. But if you start out with some extra tools in your bag, it's only going to help you. It's not going to hurt you. And I'm little. For those of you who don't realize that have been watching the channel for a while, I'm only a little over 5 feet tall, and I am not a big girl. I always joke about my T-Rex arms. It's true. I have short arms, but I make sure that they're strong. I make sure that all the things that I am physically able to do for my size, I'm able to do, and that it's not going to wear me out or hurt me, because I can't expect Mike to do everything on his own, even though he's a lot bigger than I am. So I have to make sure that I can pull my weight around here. So women, especially for you that are farming or homesteading, I know a lot of times we end up in the kitchen, we end up doing a lot of the, you know, preserving or things like that. Not in our house. Mike does more of the preserving than I do. He gets more into that jam than I do. I do more of the animal stuff and all the processing and that kind of thing. So as women, it's really, I think, even more important, because we tend to be the ones that are, you know, cooking the family meals more, and making sure that our family's eating healthy should be a top priority. And second to that is we should make sure that for our own health and our own benefits of being able to help and participate in activities on the farm, that we are strong enough to do it, even if we might have a smaller stature. If you're new to homesteading, guys, and you find yourself in this boat where you're starting to feel like throwing in the towel because you don't physically think you can hack it, I challenge you to go ahead and start exercising, start eating a little bit better, start small, grow it as big as you want to, just like your homestead. But start with something. Start with some movement, start with some strength training, and you will see that it helps your energy level around the farm and helps with what you're able and capable of doing around here. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you get the notifications.